Welcome to this year's team-driven Level 2 robotics camp, the Dragon's Den. In this year's game, two robots will be paired together to form alliances, which will compete against each other in the Dragon's Den, separated by their alliance's color, red or blue. This year's game will consist of both programming and teleoperated phases, as well as having the first inclusion of human players in a team-driven camp game. The field will consist of a centrally located 8-foot octagon known specifically as the Den. The Den will have 30 tennis balls arranged along a line bisecting the octagon. There will be a tennis ball cache area for each team identified by a raised strip of the team's colors on the floor of the Den. Leading into the Den are 4 identical mazes, separated from the Den by a portcullis. The mazes are enclosed by a 5.5-inch vertical wall, which is perpendicular to the driving surface. The floor of the maze will be painted white with a 2-inch black strip around the edges. At the beginning of the 5-minute game, each robot will be positioned at the entrance to one of the 2 mazes assigned to each alliance by a competition judge. At no time during the game may a participant touch a robot on the course. This is not allowed, and will be strictly enforced through the use of penalties. The robot must make their way through the mazes autonomously, this is, without driver control, and pass successfully under the finish bar, thus giving the driver remote control of the robot. Robots have 1 minute and 30 seconds to complete this task. However, if they do not, control will be passed to the drivers at the end of the autonomous period. If a robot completes the autonomous phase successfully, it will be rewarded with an additional 20 points. To accomplish this task, an arsenal of sensors is at your discretion to use. Robots may use bumper switches, which upon depression can be programmed to signal the robot to perform a programmed task. Robots may use infrared sensors, which can detect the difference between black and white. Robots may also use ultrasonic sensors that can determine range to an obstacle. Problems occur. If your robot breaks down during the autonomous phase of the match, you may not have your robot taking off the playing field immediately. You must wait to the end of the 1.5-minute time period. At the end of the autonomous period, control will be given to the driver regardless of the robot's position. You must then make your way through the maze into the den under driver control. Once the finish bar has been crossed, the 2 human players may begin to raise the portcullis. They must do this with one hand, while the other is preoccupied with another task, announced before the competition. The robot may be driven through the portcullis any time, but if it becomes entangled in the field, the team will have to ask a competition judge to release it. No manipulation of the portcullis to free an entangled robot will be allowed. And once the robot is through the gate, the portcullis will be released immediately by the human players. Once in the den, robots will be tasked with hoarding tennis balls. They will be allowed to move anywhere in the octagon and move tennis balls in any manner. However, at no time will a robot be allowed to exceed the 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot cube prescribed in the rules. Tennis balls will be scored as hoarded if the bottom of the tennis ball rests on the black area in the cache area. 2 points will be scored for each hoarded tennis ball at the end of the game, as well as 10 points if one robot is in the cache area and 30 if there are 2. While in the octagon, penalties will be given to teams exhibiting unsportsmanlike conduct. Though, if such conduct continues, robots will be removed from the game. Defense is allowed, but excessive ramming is not.